Salute. How y'all doing? My name is Derrick Williams. Shout out to my newest subscriber. She goes by the name of RR Crochet. I do not understand one word this woman says that she speaks Spanish, but the fact that she reached out to me uh, is very humbling. I'm not sure what country she hails from, but there's another man that subscribed to my channel, Jahiru Unit. He's currently in Bangladesh, and you actually get to see that country from his perspective. And it just goes to show you, this internet thing just makes the world that much closer to you. By me being prior service, I did get a chance to go to Europe, and I've actually been to Tunisia, which is in North Africa. So I've actually set foot on the motherland. It was very humbling, the fact that I made it back home. But as y'all know, I'm just one boy in the comment section on YouTube. The title of this presentation will be called Bug Chasers. I first heard the term bug chasers, I'm gonna say about 9.5, 10 years ago. Did you know that there is a fringe group of gay men that actually wish to get the HIV virus? One guy in particular that I saw in the UK, he did basically a homosexual orgy in an attempt to get that dreaded disease, and he was successful. In the way he went about it was that he slept with as many men as he could in one night, and he packed his behind with some type of paper and taped it so that the semen couldn't escape, and thereby heightening the likelihood that he'd get the disease. Well, sure enough, he did. And he went on to later say that his quality of life is better after he became infected. That's something I'll never understand. You may want to look at this documentary. It's free on YouTube, called House of Numbers. And it highlights the fact that oftentimes the HIV test gives what's called a false positive. Many people have tried to debunk this, and I always use the precautionary tale. Anytime you have a test or a sign, any type of theory that's questionable, you gotta test that against other stuff. And I just couldn't imagine getting a clean bill of health in January, going back in May, and they telling me, well, Mr. Williams, we got some bad news for you. You got the HIV virus. Now, I've been living my lifestyle the same exact way, but I get a different test result. Something to think about. But Anderson Cooper talked to the producer of this movie called Bug Chasers, and I'm going to step aside at this time. But I was wondering, did any of you all know that Anderson Cooper's mama was Gloria Vanderbilt? Or did you know that Anderson Cooper is a spook? He is CIA. This is confirmed. When I tell people stuff like that, they be looking at you like you crazy. But these are just little tidbits of information that I just like looking into. So again, all y'all take care. Greenville, Mississippi till I die.
Welcome back. Now, believe it or not, there are actually some people who want to get the AIDS virus. The name on the street for some of these people is bug chasers, and the virus itself they call the gift. It's also the name of a new film that's getting a lot of attention. It's about a subject we are sure you may find uncomfortable, even shocking, but it's also a subject we should not ignore. Here's a short clip from The Gift.
I have one friend who is always like, I want to be like all you guys, you all have it, I don't. What's wrong with me? I want to go out there and get it.
They want to be in the in crowd.
It definitely is not a gift to get it. I would definitely be gifted if I didn't have it.
I have no desire to give this gift to anybody. Some people have even said, I'll give you your time. Joining me is the filmmaker who created, directed The Gift, Louise Hogarth. Thanks for being with us. This is incredibly disturbing. Probably a lot of people don't know about it. Why do some people, and we stress this is a fringe group of people in the United States, why do they want HIV?
It's a multi-leveled reasons. A lot of people, it's survivor guilt. They've lost hundreds of friends. They've lost 2 or 3 lovers. They feel guilty that they're still alive. Other people just want to get the worry over. They don't want to worry about
Because
it.
they think they're going to get it anyway, they might as well just get it over with.
Yes. And other people want to belong to a community.
They think there's this community out there that, and they, in order to belong to,
There is a large barebacking community out there. They're not bug chasers or gift givers, but they are barebackers. And that's really why I made the film, to address the misperceptions that are in the community now that HIV is a livable illness.
in the film, you follow a number of people. One of them, I haven't seen the film yet, but I've read a lot about it. One of them is a young man named Ken. I want to show you what happens. This is his reaction when he finds out he has, in fact, gotten HIV.
Yes,
Let's
which is
show
a
that.
common reaction.
I was expecting a positive reading, and it was. The feeling, say I was relieved that I finally got it, and I don't have to worry about, do I have it, do I have it, do I have it? And if so, do I need to be careful? Not anymore. Happy. Relieved. I can breathe again.
I mean, you look at this and you say, is this kid just an idiot? I mean, is he just an idiot? But there are, I mean, can you explain it?
He's not an idiot. He has a lot of misperceptions about what it means to get infected.
Where do you think he gets those perceptions? Do you think there's something in the AIDS education, as it has been thus far, that is sending out the wrong message?
Definitely. That's totally the problem, and that's why I've made this documentary.
And what is the wrong message? What is the message that's being sent out, in your opinion?
That HIV is a livable illness, that it's not a problem to get it, that we've made it so positive to be positive.
In ads, in television, and the like.
Right.
I want to show you another clip from this film. This is another young man, Doug, who had a different reaction when he found out he was HIV positive. Let's play it.
I thought I was just going to have a lot of promiscuous unsafe sex. I didn't know it was going to change so fast. No one told me.
No one told him? I mean, the message is out there.
No, Doug never had a cigarette because he knew there was no cure for lung cancer, but he knew there was a pill for HIV.
So he thought he could just take some pills and there was no big deal having HIV.
Exactly.
What was the most important thing that came out of this film for you, the message that you are trying to bring to an audience?
I'm hoping this will be a catalyst to start reigniting prevention and to start telling the truth about what it means to be infected. We developed strategies for what we thought was a short-term crisis. They were good, they worked then, but now they've become obsolete. They've backfired on us. We need to do a new type of prevention.
So while this is just a fringe group, or you're focusing on this film, that is the larger story that you think prevention needs to be recalibrated.
On Monday, they released new figures in Seattle for the infection rate. It's the most dramatic increase they've seen since the beginning of the epidemic.
All right. Louise Hogarth, we really appreciate you joining us in the film. That's getting a lot of attention, and wish you the best with it. Thank you.
Thank you.